West Ham text, man. You don't wanna see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling black, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Do it like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans Unite, and welcome back to Born in the USA, Heart is in East London. And this week I'm joined, as always, I say this and I always mean it, by a very special guest, and that is Wally. He is 1/3 of this show, obviously me, Wally and Lawrence. Last week Lawrence was the crash dummy, the guinea pig. Wally sat back and, you know, rubbed his hands like, yeah, I've got this in the bag. And we are back this week with Wally. So Wally, let me just make you feel a little more at home. There we go. We've got your squad number right there.
That is a beautiful shirt. I love that number.
Right, so before we go any further, Wally, how are you doing today?
I'm doing it very good, thank you. It's a little, I'm in northern Florida right now, and it's a little rainy, and it's not what you would typically think of for Florida. It's more like a chilly, 10-degree, rainy. In fact, it could be England. I could be in England. So.
Yeah. So your heart is in London at the minute with the weather.
It is right now, very much.
Yep. Right. So what we need to do straight away is, because, you know, I'm still not familiar, and so can we speak about American Hammers? Can you, like, just, you know, give us a brief synopsis on the channel, you know, your part on the channel, the history, and I haven't put any links, I don't think, in here, but I will put the link to American Hammers in it. So yeah, if you can, because you'll be sort of schooling me a little bit, and also the people that are watching. Then we'll get to the comments. So American Hammers, explain it to me, please.
Yeah, it's a channel, YouTube channel called American Hammers TV, and they started probably almost 3 years ago. There's two guys who started at Lee. I don't know if he's got this big long hair.
I've seen him. I've watched a few times. Yeah.
And then Tim, more behind the scenes lately, but we, you know, and I was on there. We had a show called Friday Night Likes, which was like a game show. But, you know, kind of things ebb and flow with channels, and we were pretty busy for a while, and then, you know, people just got busy with other things, so it's less active these days. But I know we have one show regularly on there with Lucas and Charlie Walsh and Kostia and a guy from Poland, I think. And also Lee usually does like a Wednesday night show with just a bunch of people just to, you know, talk about West Ham and stuff. So and then there's Katie's actually from Philadelphia, just like me, and she had been doing a Thursday night show, but she got busy with school and things like that, so she hasn't, but I think she's going to be coming back at some point. So just keep your eye out for the American TV. Yeah.
Definitely. And, you know, I know Katie Lee, I know who he is, and, you know, last week after we spoke initially, and you know, I checked in and I watched an episode that had Charlie Walsh. I think Affers was on there. So yeah, I have. I just, you know, I don't watch a lot of the channels, and you know, after speaking to you, then I went and, you know, checked out American Hammers.
Yeah.
Is that is an American Hammers T-shirt you're wearing, right?
It is. Yeah. Check it out.
Can we just see the full? Because at the minute we can see half. Like, can we just see the logo?
Yeah.
I like that.
The logo. It's got the cross and yeah, they have a store out there on Threadless, ahtv.threadless.com. And we have, actually, they gathered a lot of the various local, you know, clubs. There's like a Philly, you know, West Ham, Philadelphia club, sort of, and other towns, and some of the towns have their own logos. So we have like actual T-shirts and you know, merchandise with all the logos. It's pretty cool.
That's good. That's good, man.
Yeah, and we've got. On there, there's like other countries as well, like Brazil Hammers, and there's, it's like from India too, you know, just whoever like sent in a logo. There's a guy who designs the logos and puts them on T-shirts and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Good, man. Yeah. And You know, I don't know if I said this last week when Lawrence was on, but I always thought, listen, I've come from South London. It's quite rare. You know, I don't know many West Ham fans from down this end. So then, you know, when I learned of American Hammers and, you know, they've been going for a long time, but I wasn't privy to it. I only knew about West Ham Fan TV when I came onto YouTube. That was it. And then I'm hearing American. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You know, it's a good thing, obviously. But I just, for me, it was like, wow, there's American fans of West Ham, which was, you know, and now I've learned that there's Ghanaians and Indian, it's really good. It is
it's
good,
all over.
and
It's really it's all over. And in fact, it's amazing how many, you know, every city has around here has you know, we usually meet and go to a pub or a bar to watch the games together. So like every city, there's Detroit as one, and Baltimore, and also Washington D.C. and New York City as well. I think Boston too. So they're all over the place in the U.S. And it's kind of, and I have to say, like, this channel, I was you know, kind of just by myself. I didn't know anybody who knew West Ham or had heard of it or anything. And so they kind of pulled me out of the cold. You know, I'm outside of Philadelphia and I don't know anybody. And then I see, like, on YouTube, like, American Hammers, and I was like, okay. And they actually made an effort to bring in a lot of the different cities and stuff, and had, you know, people from each city, you know, come on and talk about their club and where they go to watch the games and stuff like that. So it's been a cool thing, and I have to thank them because they pulled me out of the cold. You know, just a lonely West Ham guy,
lonely West Ham fan,
and now I know people. And
that was me. That was me.
Okay.
Trust me. Like I said, down here in South London, I didn't know any West Ham fans. Right, let's get to the comments because it's been a while, and apologies for that, everybody. Right, so first one, we'll put them up and then we're going to get into this. Disabled Team, thank you for joining as always, and he was here very, very, you know, way before we started. I'm not missing this one. Really looking forward to it, getting to know more about Brother Wally and Brother Titch. Yeah, me too as well. That's why we had quite a long introduction, because I do want to know more about Wally. Right, Cams, big up the boys. Disabled Team, here we go. We will get through all of these. 1 second. I'm going to put them all on the screen as well because we've been waiting. Right, here we go. Come on, Wally, expecting big things. That's from Cams. Lawrence is in the house. Good day, Lawrence.
There he is.
Hello, everyone from Auburn, Alabama, USA. Come on, your ass.
He's not far north of me, I think. You know, maybe. Well, okay, relatively close in terms of the USA.
Yeah.
He's probably, I don't know, probably 200 miles north of here, 300 miles north of here. So.
Okay, so that's a bit too far for him to come and spike your coffee to put you off your game, then, isn't it? Like, not close enough to to destable you. Well, hi, brother Cams from Disabled Team. Disabled Team, hi, brother Lawrence Watkins. Lawrence says, what up, Cams and Disabled Team? Thank you for everyone that's tuned in as well, and watching, whether you're commenting or not. Thank you for tuning in. Right, hi, Disabled Team. Wally and Titch says, Lawrence, yes. Nice. Oh, Harmony, morning all. Good. Yeah, she's talking to you lot. It's not even morning for them. It's afternoon, late afternoon for us. Obviously, evening. But thank you, Harmony, for joining. 1 second. I'm going to try and catch up. Right. Hello, Harmony. I'll put these ones quickly. Disabled Team. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Stuart. He's got like flu, cold or flu.
Oh, hope you feel better.
Hey Lawrence, hope you're doing well. I will be on the lookout for cheating tonight. Thanks. Cam says, first time I've seen the logo on that too. I rate that. So he likes your logo, Wally. That's Cam's.
He's got to love my number, the 24. I mean,
24. That's you.
No quicker, faster player.
Right. Lawrence says, nice shirt, Wally. I will take one.
Yeah.
Do need to watch him close. Right, Cam's got his eyes on you. We have a very special guest, as always. Kieran is in the house. Good morning from Brisbane on Australia Day. Wally, yep. So once again, shout out to Australia and Australia Day. It's a big thing over there. So, you know, we're going to acknowledge that. Kieran, I'm going to get to these comments. I will. Lawrence, what's Cam say? What's the tradition for Aussie Day? Just get shit-faced. Harmony says, okay, good. She's got a question. Yeah, and you lot, we do encourage questions for Wally or Lawrence, whoever's on. Right, here we go. So, warm-up question for Wally. What former Hammers players is linked to the song I Am Forever Blowing Bubbles, and why? I don't even know that.
Yeah. I have no idea. Bubbles? Oh.
Kieran might know.
Yeah. Kieran. I bet Lawrence will know that. This is
All right,
a
what's
question for
the-
Lawrence.
What former... Right, Kieran's put Dean Martin, which is obviously a singer. Oh,
Oh, yeah, I think Dean Martin sung the Bubbles song.
but she said former player.
Yeah,
What former Hammers player is linked to the song I'm Forever Blowing, and why? Good question. And she had some good questions last week. And look who's in the house. She's not blocked anymore. I unblocked you. Oh, evening, Happy. Apologies once again. And listen, if Darren's watching, he might not be now. I think it's too early for him. When I found out how to unblock, you know, all the spammers was there. And Richie, Darren's son, was also in the block list. Obviously accidental. I've unblocked him. Purely accidental. And if it wasn't for blocking Happy Amaret, I wouldn't have known that Richie was blocked. So obviously apologies and accidental, of course. Right, here she goes. Am I unblocked? Clearly. Oh, look at Kieran. Ban her tit. She wants you banned again. I know Kieran was laughing earlier. Hammers, Cam, I know you're still blocked. Table team, happy, that was funny. Happy, I'm going to catch up. You found a key. Right, you found a key. What happened with you being locked out? Yeah, she got back in. Here it goes. Sorry, Wally, because you missed all of that earlier. It wasn't funny. If it happens again, I'm going to get a complex. It won't happen again. I'm going to be very... Oh, look, Darren is here. Right, Darren, I'm glad you're here because I know the time and all that. So like I said, Darren, when I found out how to unblock Happy Amaret, along with all the spammers, Richie's name was also in it. So clearly at some point, and I don't know when, I blocked Richie accidentally. He's unblocked and, you know, my apologies. So blocking Happy was a good thing because then it made me realise that Richie was also blocked. We're going to get back to you, Wally. Wally and Fredo reminds me of Happy and Lanzini. Any confessions, Wally? Wally and... Oh, and Frederick's. Oh, reminds... Right, you can answer that, actually, yeah, because we've left you.
Any confessions? I would love... Well, I have a Frederick shirt up in Pennsylvania, so... I won't say where I got that shirt from, though.
Oi. Oi.
No, actually, what I would love to do I don't know if you've seen Frankel. It's got the framed Lanzini shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
Lanzini pulled it off.
Yeah.
So
Allegedly, that's the shirt. Yeah.
Right. I mean, he framed it and he put a plaque on it, so it looks official.
It looks the part.
I would love to get a game worn Frederick shirt and frame it, you know, do the whole thing.
Serious question. Would you sleep with it? Like, would it be beside you on the bed and you'd like give it a little cuddle at night?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I would put it on my pillow, like put it around the pillow so I have my head on.
Kieran says, yes, Cam's right. So we will get to the bottom of these. Kieran, watch it, Roo. Oh, she's calling you Roo. G'day. Kieran's laughing. Oh, look who's in the house. Frankie, free Hammerette. Thank you. Look, and Frankie tuned in. He watched it back. Listen, I always say, you look, there's no obligation and none of that, and I do appreciate. And yeah, Frankie watched it back. He was doing stuff around the house, watched it back, so he clearly knows what we're talking about with Hammerette being blocked. Thank you for joining. Big up, Charlie boy, as always. He's laughing. I don't know how many we got. Hope you're well, friend. We're going to need to get back to the star of the show, which is Wally for today. Frankie's my man. Okay. Frankie, my man. Took one for the team there. She capitalised, though. She did get, you know, points. Answer. Billy Bubbles Murray. Can anyone tell me why he was linked to the song? Clue, cleaning. Oh, the clue is a cleaning product. So, Billy Bubbles Murray. Okay, so that was his nickname, Bubbles. And that's why the song is linked. Can anyone tell me why he was linked to the song? Clue, cleaning product. Fairy liquid, maybe. Maybe done a fairy liquid ad.
Maybe. We got something called Scrubbing Bubbles. It's a brand name.
What, as a
cleaner. It's a cleaner.
As a what?
It's a
And
brand
what is it, like a?
name, like a, you clean like countertops and stuff with it.
Oh, okay.
It's called scrubbing bubbles. So I don't know,
Ah.
maybe that's it.
Answer. Okay, Billy Bob. Right, here we go. Kieran. Right, let me just click on all of these just because it's, you lot have been waiting for us to actually start. Mr. Clean product. Fairy liquid. Yeah, that's what I said. Hi, Frankie. Law. Titch. Wally. Yep. Big up, Frankie. That means I think you shouted out everybody. Right, here we go. Now we've got spam. Here it is. And I will make sure I block. Now, let me get rid of it first, and then I can block it. And not block Frankie or Happy, who's underneath it.
Yeah, don't
block
block
user.
Don't block Happy again. That would.
Nah, she's still here. Oh my god! And it was only because Cyber told me. I said, "Where's Happy with her answer?" And he's like, "You blocked her." I was like, "Oh my god." Oh, what's the concept of this then, Pete? Wally, do you want to explain the concept? If like as much as you know, just because I don't think Happy was here last week. She must not have been.
What is the concept?
Oh, yeah, of this show. This is for Happy's benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's you have first 1 week you have Lawrence on, and then you have me on the following week, and intermixed with our chatting, you I think are going to ask me some questions. I know you asked Lawrence some questions last week, and all about Baltimore, which is his hometown. So I have to say that those were pretty tough questions.
They were.
Anyway,
and yours look quite easy when I've looked at them today. Right, so, Wally's described it, but basically, Happy, because it's going to be fortnightly that I'd sit down with both of these, we just catch up generally on the games that have preceded this and what's upcoming, all of that. But in between that, I've got 10 questions, and then Lawrence will throw in one. You better make it harder on Lawrence, because I think he's got some easy ones. And then, Lawrence got 6 out of 11 last week. We'll see what Wally gets. And then, what we was thinking, not for this round, Happy, but from going forward, we might get some really, really hot sauce that they both have the same brand. And the loser on camera takes 1 little teaspoon of that whatever sauce. Just, something fun, maybe. Don't block me again, no chance. Darren Manifest is fire, loving it. Oh, that must be a TV show or a film. Hi, Frankie. Right, we're nearly at the bottom. 2 more, I think. He was a spirit image of the boy on Pear's soap advert, Blowing Bub. Oh, wow. So the fans started singing the song at the ground when he played, and it stuck. Right, that's a great story. I didn't know that.
Wow, yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Oh, spit image. Sorry, spitting image. Wow, that's a good story. See. Love your knowledge. Oh, also Happy. Part of this is for you to fire questions at Wally, and then when we get back to the chat, general questions about Wally. Never knew that Harmony good knowledge. Yeah. So yeah, just gets everybody involved. Not bad from a Leeds fan. Not bad from a streaking Leeds fan. Right. So
the TV didn't cover that. I'm very disappointed.
No. But she sent me a private video, so
right.
It was great. That's all I can say. Right. So. Like I said, everybody in the chat, please, even if it's just one from each of you at some point, the show will probably be no more than an hour from now, maybe 50 minutes. Right, so I'm going to start with the basic questions that similar to what I asked Lawrence at the start, not about your subject matter. Right, so 1 word answer, beef or lamb?
Beef.
Beef, same as Lawrence. This is just getting to know you a little bit. Beer or wine?
You know what? The beer I drink, you probably wouldn't consider it beer. It's Coors Light, so it's basically Rocky Mountain spring water. So I do like wine, so I would go with wine.
Okay, so that was about 32 words, but nah. So I thought you'd be a wine man. I thought wine for you. UK or US? 1 word.
US.
Gotta be. Favorite West Ham player? I wonder who he's gonna say.
Can I use 2 words? Frederick.
Yes.
Ryan.
Yeah. All right. Least favorite West Ham player?
Current, probably.
Yeah, current. Yeah.
Least favorite. Vladimir Sufal, because he came in and took my man Frederick's spot.
Personal.
Yeah.
One sec. We'll just put these on the screen, and then I'm going to get back to those one-worded 1926. Boom. She was the last one into it, and he says shocker. I don't know. Oh, that's about Frederick. Right. So here we go. Here, brother Wally. Excel or Word? Excel or Word from Disabled Team?
Oh, Excel. Excel for sure.
Right. So here we go. I've got a couple more, and then we are going to, we're getting to the nitty gritty a little. What about describe yourself in one word?
Tall.
Tall. Yeah, 6'3". That's You're taller than I thought you was. Was. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Well, Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, from the 70s.
Okay. Oh, okay. Favorite song, if you could pick just one.
Favorite song? It would be a Genesis song. I'm an old progressive rocker, so Genesis.
That's Phil Collins, isn't it?
Yeah, Phil Collins. Yes.
Yeah.
Like something like In the Air at Night or something.
Okay, I know that song. Not the lyric. I do know the song though. Okay, what about favorite dish?
Favorite dish. My
right,
wife.
I tell you.
All
right, let me put into perspective. You're on death row. The reason why you're on death row is because you killed Vladimir Sufal because he took Frederick's place. Your last meal, what would it be?
It would be a nice, juicy ribeye steak.
With
the meal. I get to
the meal. Yeah, the meal.
Okay, so steak and probably some nice gravy, mashed potatoes, and apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, I like the apple pie and vanilla ice cream. Wally, Frankie is 6'3" as well. Snap.
Yes.
I'm not. I meant snap for you two. Definitely not. Right, Kieran says Wally used to be scoremaster on Friday Night Lights. Watching him, he cheated. Oh, God.
Yes. I took bribes to keep scoring.
Right, I've got a few more. One more one-word answers. Right, so favorite place for vacation?
Well, it used to be Colorado skiing.
Springs? Skiing, yeah.
Yeah, skiing in Colorado. Probably Vail, Colorado. It's a ski resort.
That's your favorite location, vacation, yeah?
Yeah, I would say.
Favorite color?
Color, blue.
Blue. Strangest item of clothing you have ever purchased or worn?
I have definitely worn a tutu, like a ballerina tutu.
Yeah. Explain, please. Now you got to explain that.
I'm sure it was when I was in university, and yeah, probably for like Halloween, but I've kept it, I've treasured it. So
just in case you need to whip it on again. Frederick's birthday, Frankie. Right, so okay, I've got a couple, literally, I think 2 more of these, Wally, and then we will. Right, so favorite US sport.
Favorite US sport. Well, I would say ice hockey. If you go and watch ice hockey, it is the most exciting sport to watch live. It is just amazing. Yeah, it's when you watch it on TV, it doesn't do it justice. You got to be live there. It's fantastic.
Are they still allowed to fight in hockey?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, they don't fight during the playoffs, but in the regular season, it's kind of part of the show. like each team has like a goon, and they put them both on the ice, and then something happens, and they drop the gloves and they start fighting. It's kind of part of the show.
I didn't get that, but definitely American thing. Right, got 2 more. How did you become a West Ham fan? And then the last one, Kieran's ears will perk up, and Cam's for the last one. How did you become a West Ham fan?
All right, so quickly, I was when I was 10 years old in 1970. We went to London with my family. My dad's job was in London, and I was in American school there. but all the kids when you showed up were like, okay, what team are you support? What British football team? And I was like, oh, I don't know. What teams are there? And they were like, well, there's, like Chelsea, there's Arsenal. They were naming off the big teams. And I'm like, well, what else is there? And they said, oh, there's this team, East London called West Ham. And one guy said, and they just won the World Cup for England, which was 1966, the previous World Cup.
Yeah.
And I said, that sounds good to me. So ever since then, living in England, I would always say West Ham. And we moved to Coventry. I spent 6 years in Coventry. And I didn't, I would always say West Ham. I would get a lot of grief for that they were mostly Coventry City fans, but I feel like the karma has come back on them now, because I guess Coventry City is like not very good these days. So anyway, I think I lost my internet. Hello.
Okay, we're back. Jeez.
Sorry. All right.
So you said you spent 6 years in Coventry. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. So my dad's job moved to Coventry, and so I would always say I supported West Ham. Obviously I wasn't going to matches or anything, but but I always got a lot of grief for that. But I stuck by my guns, and all the guys they were mostly Coventry City fans, and I feel like karma has come back and got on them, because I guess Coventry City's not really any good anymore.
Exactly.
So
and they were them times. They was definitely in the top flight.
Yeah.
Right. So Frankie says his favorite US sport is basketball, and then he also said, this is for you probably, was hockey invented in the US?
Ice hockey? It's got to be Canada.
Canada. I think it was actually.
Yeah. Ice hockey in Canada is huge. A lot of the U.S. cities have ice hockey teams, but it's more like northern. So I grew up when I was a kid. I was in Detroit, Michigan, which is pretty far north, like basically right in Canada. So I grew up playing ice hockey, a little bit as a kid before I moved overseas. And then there was no ice hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Harmony says, did he do something bad to be sent to Coventry? The funny thing is, my second eldest son, he's at university in Coventry currently as well. Right, this is the one that Cams and Kieran should perk up. Apart from yours, who had the best one from each team? This is the last question in this sort of...
Well, I'll tell you what, I was watching Kieran's... Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday,
I'll tell you what, I think his front line was just awesome. So I would have to go with him. Obviously not as good as mine, but his front line. I was thinking poor center backs who would have to go up against that front line would just be just be so scared. So Kieran, I'll give it to Kieran.
Kieran, you are the one from each team. King, right? Wally from Happy Emirate. Did Wally vote for Trump? I nearly said volley. Did Wally vote for Trump?
I don't usually get into politics.
You could plead the fifth. I could plead the fifth.
But well, yeah. If you're interested, I would gladly talk about it. But
yeah, you can do.
I try to keep politics out of it.
Yeah.
It's honestly very divisive in this country. So.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Right. Okay, right. So we're gonna everybody now. We are, it has been a little while actually, but we're gonna get into this now. So I'm gonna give Wally his first. I might do two in a row. Lawrence, I'm sure he's gonna be perked up now. Let me get the answers. Here they are. Right. Looking at them today, I thought, I think Wally's gonna. Have you always been in Philly?
I've been in Philadelphia for like 35 years.
Right.
So
that's almost double what Lawrence was in Alabama, Baltimore.
Oh, really?
So
yeah. He was in the Navy, so he was all around. Yeah.
Right, here we go. So everybody, this is a little part of the show. Here we go. Right, so I'm going to give you the answers in a minute. Question 1. Who was Pennsylvania named after? Now I'm going to put was it George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, William Penn, or Mel Gibson? I know you know the answer to this. I can tell by your face.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously not Mel Gibson. So it's William Penn. I'll take William Penn.
Final answer?
Final answer.
I'm just going to double check. That's correct. It was William Penn. I know Lawrence is smashing his TV right now. Come on, get out of here, Tish, man. That's easy. Right. So, you know what? I'm going to back it up straight away. And then we'll get back to chatting. Right. So, question 2. Where in Philly was the Declaration of Independence signed? Right. Let me put this up. Was it Liberty Bell? Did I put Hall there? One sec. Yeah, I did put Bell. Independence Hall, Market Street, or Fairmount Park? Can you see that on the bottom?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you need the question again?
No, I'm good. So the Philadelphia Hammers, or what? We go to a bar called Stowe's Bar to watch West Ham, and it is 2 blocks away from Independence Hall, where they signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
So it's Independence Hall.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. 2 out of 2. Lawrence, you better send for a hard question.
Are you watching TV in there, Arden? Maybe could you turn on? My internet keeps. Yeah, maybe it would help. Yeah. Is it just me? Did we lose Titch?
I'm back.
Oh, there.
I don't know.
You.
This.
I was on my own then.
No. I had to refresh and then the internet.
Okay.
Sorry, people. Right. So
I was been tossed out, so I was like.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, man. Okay. Right. So going back to that, have you ever met anyone famous?
I have. Yes, I have been kicked by a famous person.
Who?
Dan Aykroyd, he's an actor.
Yeah, I know Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Ghostbusters and stuff like that. Yes, he actually kicked me.
He kicked you? What, intentionally?
No, it was. I like to say, his foot made contact with my leg as I was walking by him in a bar, but I like to say he kicked me, but it was purely an accident. But
what about if you say you and Dan Aykroyd played footsie in a bar? That might be better.
Yes, that might be a better way to put it. Yes, true.
But no, that's a big. I'm sure there's been others, but yeah, definitely big name. Yes, Wally. This is in response to you picking his best one from each team. Okay, fair enough. Frankie says Mel Gibson was the answer. Obviously, he's joking. I don't know why. Once I saw that, I was thinking, Mel Gibson. That eliminates that. Easy, says Lawrence. At least I knew that one. Hi, Lawrence. Lawrence, don't worry. He might just have a good start. Signed on Kensington Ave.
Oh,
is that where it was signed? Yeah.
No, it was signed in Independence Hall. But Kensington Avenue is in like North Philadelphia, so it's a different part of town. But I know what he's talking about.
Lawrence says I am sick right now. Keeps freezing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Happy. Always freezes on his cute faces. No. You see what I'm saying? Jeez, I don't know what the hell. It's not you, Wally. It's Titch. Yeah, it's definitely me.
Oh, okay.
Bad day. Today's been a bad day. You're running the show, Wally. Yep. The Liberty Bell was made in Whitechapel and sent to America. Fun fact. That's from Kieran. Did you know that?
Kieran actually told me that. I did not know it until he told me that a while ago. Yeah.
Right. Budgie's in the house. Good evening, Budgie. Sorry I'm late as I got tied up in knots. No problem. No worries. Well, Lawrence, I think money has exchanged hand. My goldfish knows them. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Big up, Titch. Oh, yes, Hammerhead. Big up yourself. Sorry, I was reading, but I didn't realise who sent it. Thank you. Oh, big up Wally as well. This is from Hammerhead. Wally.
Hammerhead, all right.
Right, here we go. Question from Hammerhead. What would you name your boat if you had one, Wally? Good question.
I would call it the Flash Fredericks. That's what I would
Flash
call it.
Fredericks.
Yes.
Let me block this spammer and no one else. Okay. All right, this is a good question as well.
Oh, wow.
Does Wally know Frederick's birthday?
Well, I know it is in, I believe it's in maybe like November or October, because there was one point where Vladimir Sufal turned 29, and I know Ryan Fredericks is 2 months younger than him, so I put it, and I think this was in September, and I put it out there that, oh wow, Sufal is getting old, he's turned 29,
and your star man is the same age.
He's almost the same age, but for 2 months there, I was able to use this a little bit of banter, say that Fredericks is younger, play the younger guy, Sufal's getting over the hill, So I know his birthday, I think, is probably in November.
It's October. It's the 10th of October, so he's the 10th for the 10th.
10th of October, okay.
Right, so for everybody in the chat, Wally came up with posing Lawrence a question last week, and then here is Lawrence's question to Wally, which will be his third question out of 11. So Lawrence says, Wally gave me an easy question, so my question is in the 80s. What year did the Orioles and Phillies play in the World Series?
Oh, I should know this. It's in the 80s, yeah. So I think it was early, 1980.
1980? Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Lawrence, please let us know the answer, and we'll see whether Wally's on 3 out of 3 or 2 out of 3. Budgie says, Wally, what make boots does Fredericks wear?
I have no idea. Like Fila, maybe? I don't even know what the boots are. What brand boots are there? Reebok, probably?
There's Adidas, Reebok, Nike, New Balance, Hummel.
Listen, he goes so fast, you can't even
You can't
see.
see.
His shoes. Yeah, you can't see.
Exactly. Okay. Right. 1 second. Hammerhead says, where's Wally? And we had to ask that last week, initial thoughts. He went missing for a bit. Same as my twins' birthday, Freedom and my twins. That's for Fredericks, I think. The answer was 1983. So, you are on 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Lawrence is doing his little, Lawrence has got that little evil laugh. He's just done that right now.
That was a fair question. I should know that too. But
yeah, I think it was fair. I don't think it was. What's Worley's favourite season ever?
My favorite season ever. Well, so I wasn't really following West Ham closely until like 2014 or something. Before that, I said I was a fan, but I, like when I was in America before the internet, you couldn't really follow it. So, and then when I was in England, it was hard. I remember I would watch, like some football match maybe on a Saturday, but it was never West Ham, obviously.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I think my favorite season was the last year of the Boleyn.
Okay.
Just a great season.
That was a special season, yeah.
Yeah, it was. So.
And thanks for the questions, you lot. 1 second. So let me just get through these, and I'm going to ask Wally maybe 2 more. Right. So Lawrence says, "Sorry, buddy. Thought you would have had that one." Yeah, I think I don't know about those teams, but I think it was a fair question and wasn't
yeah.
Right. Budgie said perhaps these boots are Bugatti. Cam says Puma is the answer to Budgie's question. Hammerhead says salt and pepper. And then he says, "Oh, season, not seasoning." Hamed's laughing at his. Oh, here we go. Does Katie get hammered at Stowe's? From Kieran.
Okay, so I have to say we are there at like 10 in the morning, or depending on the game time, but quite often it's 10 in the morning, sometimes 9. So we are usually not too hammered. However, if West Ham score, we get what are called hammer shots.
Yeah.
Which is like a concoction of some kind of vodka. It's basically a claret colored shot. And I don't know the exact recipe, but so depending on how much West Ham score, we could be a little more hammered, but usually not too bad because it's early in the morning.
Very early, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. And I usually go home after the match. I go home and I go and have a nap because had a few drinks and it's early afternoon. I need a nap.
So who named them hammer shots? You lot or the bar?
I think the bar named them hammer shots. I'm not sure. They were there when I found out about them, and but because that bar hosts some other like they're the bar for the Pittsburgh University of Pittsburgh, not the Steelers necessarily, but the University of Pittsburgh football team.
Okay.
They will have people from what's called Pitt will go there, and I think they give them like if Pitt scores, they have some kind of thing where they give everybody shots. So it's just an excuse to get us to loosen up and buy more stuff there.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good fun.
Right. So you lot, we're gonna do 2 more in a row. This will be question 4 and question 5. Right. So question 3. Let me get the answers ready. Question 3. What did William Penn call the plan for Philadelphia? Was it A, Penn's Woods, B, the Holy Experiment, C, Quakerville, or D, the Who? So what did William Penn call the plan for Philadelphia?
Well, obviously not the Who. Quakerville, Pennsylvania is the Quaker state, but I feel like that would be too obvious. So I'm going to go with Penn's Woods.
Penn's Woods. Right, what I can say is, for me to get the answers to these questions, I had to do the test online and then go and see. Yeah, so I can tell you I got this one right, and I got a lot of the Baltimore ones right. More of them. Anyway, so you said, sorry, what was your answer?
Penn's Woods.
Final choice?
Yeah, I guess so.
The correct answer was the Holy Experiment.
That was the other one.
So now you are 2 for 4. And as promised, we're going to go straight back with question 5. It's 4 on here, but it's 5 because of Lawrence's one. So, question 5. What year did the Second Continental Congress meet in Philly? Right? I got this one right as well, actually. So what year did the Second Continental Congress meet in Philly? Was it A, 1817, B, 1776, C, 1763, or D, 1775? At the minute, you're 2 for 4.
Well, it's obviously, I don't think it's 1817. There's no way. I'm going to go with, the obvious answer is 1776. So I'm going to say 1775 is what I'm going to go with.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. It was 1775. And I got that one right as well. So you've got 3 out of 5. Yes. Yeah, 3 out of 5. That means you've still got 6 more questions.
Okay.
Right. So you're doing well. But I know Lawrence is happy that you've got a couple wrong now. Right. Here we go. Hammerette says, question. If you could Uninvent one thing in the world, what would it be?
If I could uninvent. I would say, I should say like a nuclear bomb, but yeah, I'll say that. I'll say nuclear bomb.
That's a good answer. This is an easy one. From Harmony. Wally's favourite season. What was the score of the last ever game at the bowling, and who was the scorer of the last ever goal?
Yeah, I think we won, and it was the defender who was then, like, after that season got injured so much. Oh, his name, from New Zealand. Oh God.
Winston.
And I think this Winston Reed. Thank you. Yeah.
What was the score?
I think it was 2-1, right? Was it, or 3-2?
3-2. It was 3-2, wasn't it? Jeez. 3-2. 3-2. That's a good question.
That was a really good game, yeah. I remember that.
That was a great game, man.
Yeah.
And it was, that was the perfect send-off for us.
Yeah,
right, so Kieran says 63. Oh, was that maybe answering the question, maybe your the last question? Titch must have lived in Philly and Baltimore.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill from Darren. I know we might be behind. Last game. Great question. Harmony from Cam. Oh, we haven't even spoken about. Yeah, it was 3-2. Titch. That was an awesome question, not Titch. Harmony. Right, so going back to our 1-0 defeat against Manchester United, because I haven't spoken to you since then. What was your overall feeling going into the game and watching the game and then after a game? Like, how would you sum up sort of all three parts of that?
Going into it, I was somewhat confident, although it's away at Manchester United, so that really shouldn't have been confident. The game itself, I thought they were on top of us, but we were hanging in there, and near the end, I was thinking, okay, I think we'll escape here with a draw, which would have been nice. And then after that goal, which honestly, on the coverage I was watching, they scored it and they played a replay, and it was like, oh, Cavani's offside, so this will come back. And even our announcers on our, I guess it's Peacock it was on, they said, yeah, this is probably coming back,
Yeah.
But then when there's a close situation like that, then the VAR, and then you get to see the lines and all that, and they're like moving the nothing. They didn't do any of that. At least on our coverage, there was nothing. Next thing you know, they're showing them kicking off. Yeah. Yeah, it was like, wait, why aren't they examining, closely? So I was really annoyed about that, and I thought he was offside. Obviously, I don't really know. I've seen later drawings,
Yeah.
and they show different things, so I don't really know anymore. But at least they should have. I think they were so happy that the result was like, oh, it's in Manchester. Everybody there is excited. They just scored an important match for them because we're tussling for fourth place.
Yeah.
And so the narrative for Manchester United was just perfect. So they were not going to show anything, and they were just going to let that VAR decision go, and so unfortunately.
All right.
So I was very frustrated by that.
This is a genuine question, and not because of your admiration of this player. How do you think Frederick's done in the game?
I thought he did well from what I could see. Now, I've seen people slating him for, they said he, headed that ball over to the Man United players, but I think he was just trying to interrupt the pass, and he was at the top of his jump, so he was just trying to disrupt the pass, and unfortunately, it went to the Man U players. So I can't fault him for that. He was just trying to disrupt the pass. People say he was out of position. I don't know. He was up the pitch, but he didn't lose the ball. I think Bowen lost the ball.
Yeah.
So he did his best to get back, and then he saw the pass coming, and he did disrupt it. Unfortunately, he didn't have much control because he was jumping right at the peak of his jump and couldn't get anything more on it than he did. And unfortunately went to the Man U players. So anyway.
I think he had a good game. The fact that he was the only sub, the fact that he's a right back, you know, and the fact that he calls them, he looked to threat is crazy. So, you know, credit to him. And yeah, I think he done well. I think he done well when he came on, and put them on the back foot more so. Right, let me remove this. Let's see what we got in the comments. Budgie, right. Cam says, I had to miss the ending ceremony after the Dirty Bees were late to the game and I had to get the home. Otherwise, I'd have stayed the night at the ground. We say goodbye. Oh, he's talking about the last game at the Boleyn.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Ain't nobody is Budgie singing Ernie. Right, so I think. Alright, here we go. This is a good one. How many goals has Frederick scored for us? This is from Happy Amaret. You should know this, Wally.
He has scored one, I think. Well, no. He scored probably 2 or 3. But I have to say, the one date I do know is 2019, the 4th of May.
Yeah.
Ryan Fredericks had a 10 out of 10 on who scored, and it was the last time a defender had a 10 out of 10 was in like the 2000s. Okay, so over 10 years ago, before any Premier League defender had a 10 out of 10. Yes, he scored that day, and he had a 10 out of 10. The 4th of May, 2019. I remember that date. You know, that's the date I remember, the important date.
So, who was it against and what was the score? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So that date, where have you got that tattooed on your body? Did you say the date of his 10 out of 10? Yeah. Good question, Happy. How many has he scored, Happy? Because I know you know. Ain't nobody like Devaney. Makes me happy. Yucky the wine away. He's made a song about you, Kieran. More goals than Sufa, I'll tell you that. Oh, you remind me of me and Lanzini. Right, so you know this is good, Wally, because before we go any further, you know I didn't really know too much about you. We sat down, we done the one for each team, and like I said, I don't watch a lot of other stuff. I just don't. So I like, this was the main motivation for me doing this, was to get to know all of us, to get to know you and Lawrence a bit more, make it a little bit fun, and make it all American as well. So I'm glad that we, that's the one good thing of, no, not one good thing. The internet, if used right, can be a wonderful thing, and if used incorrectly, not so much so. But it brings us all together somehow, the magic of the internet. Right, Kieran's got a question. Kieran says, question, if you could sit and have a beer with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? See, this is what I like, these questions.
It would be my favorite actor of all time, who is Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, he was an American actor. This was back in the day. He's been in a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Okay, I've heard of him. Yeah.
So, Vertigo. And then he's done anything from Westerns to, he's just a huge body of work, but he passed away probably in the 80s. But anyway,
that would be your first choice.
Yeah. Just a great
All right. Everybody in the chat answer that same question. Dead or alive, what was the question, sorry? If you could sit down with anyone and have a beer, who would it be? So I want all of you to answer that, and then we get through here, because Frankie, this I was laughing. Frankie says Wally has a Frederick's tramp stamp tattoo. It's on his back, it's on his bum. It's on his right bum cheek.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Frankie says, right, great actor. See, Kieran knows him. I've heard of him. I have heard of him. I don't know. Yeah. Right, okay, here's another good one from Happy. Areola or De Gea?
I mean, I think De Gea, obviously. I mean, he's just a great goalie. I haven't seen enough of Ariola, and it seems really good, but I would have to go with De Gea.
De Gea. Right. Disabled team. I'm glad it's still here because we haven't heard from him. He says, why does it do that? Right. Here. He says Ronnie Barker. I don't know if you know who Ronnie Barker is.
Oh, yeah. Two Ronnies.
You do know, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 70s, yeah. That I remember that show in the 70s, the two Ronnies.
Okay, what about Porridge? Did you ever watch Porridge? When he was in jail.
No,
He was in jail. Or Open All Hours, him and David Jason, which is obviously Only Fools and Horses, you know, the main character.
I've heard of that.
Del Boy.
Yeah, so I haven't. I left in like beginning of '77.
Ah,
so
I think that was early '80s, maybe.
Yeah, so I
you
knew
wouldn't
the
know
TV.
that.
Yeah, like Faulty Towers had come out. I love that Faulty Towers.
Yeah.
John Cleese is just a genius. I love. He's great.
But yeah, Porridge and Open All Hours was both great, great shows. Harmony says, great question. I would choose Brian Clough. She would sit down with Brian Clough. One sec. Before we get back to this one, let me just get through the answers. Darren says he's Old Nan. Great answer. I'd have a beer with Nelson Mandela. Another great answer. Ooh. Lawrence says Robert De Niro. Kieran says, good day, Darren. Sorry. Happy Australia Day, Kieran. Kieran says Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, yeah. You would have some stories.
Yeah. Right, let's get back to Budgie's question. Budgie says, has Wally ever taken a photo and been shocked by what is behind the subject?
Like something appeared that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, because I don't know. You can elaborate on that, Budgie. Has Wally ever taken a photo and been shocked? He's talking about you. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, elaborate.
Can't really think of anything.
Budgie.
Although, I can't think of it. I mean, what I was watching, like West Ham Random with Peach, and several months ago, I was watching one of his streams, and it was dark in the background. He's outside, he's outside, and I swear there was like UFOs or UFOs.
Yeah.
I mean, that was wild. Obviously, wasn't expecting that, and it wasn't like an airplane going across or anything. It was, we had a lot of fun with that, but that was really mysterious. So
there's a lot out there that we don't know about. Right. Budgie says, I did have a few beers with Bob Hoskins and I met Tom Cruise in East Grinstead Town. I don't know what he was doing there, but Bob Hoskins, big. Tom Cruise, big. I don't know what Tom Cruise would be doing in East Grinstead Town, but that's two legends. Right, so Plato for me. What is that? Did I pronounce Plato? Who is Plato? Plato. Who's that?
A Greek philosopher from like 4,000 years ago or something. Yeah.
Okay. She's just trying to be. She's just trying to sound intelligent. We know her answer is Manuel Lanzini. Don't lie. Happy Plato. Play-Doh. I think she means Play-Doh with Lanzini. Play-Doh. Yeah, they'll build sausages shapes. So that's what she would do anyway. Good shout, Kieran. Kieran laughing. Right, here we go. E.g. taking a pic of garden and two dogs shagging in the background. Okay, just something like photobombed.
Oh yeah, I can't think of anything. I don't usually take pictures,
Yeah.
I'm not a big picture taker.
I don't like taking my picture. Tom was at the Scientology Centre nearby. Oh, I didn't know they had one in East Grinstead. Wow.
Wow.
I love Plato. Is it Plato or Plato? Plato,
I think. Plato.
Maybe she means a plate of pie and mash. I love plate of pie and mash. Now I get you. Right, Lawrence is laughing. Right, so we're going to go for two more questions. This has worked out different to last week with me and Lawrence in regards to how the show went. But, it's not really scripted. The only thing scripted is the questions. And even the one-worded ones, they won't be next week. They were just like just a little introduction. Right, so you've got 3 out of 5. That means you've got 6 more questions. Your 6th question is Yes, there we go. I got this one wrong. Where did George Washington and his troops stay during the cold winter of 1777? Let me get the... Right, I'll read that out again. It's got to be this one. No, it's not. I've done that one already. No, hold on.
I don't even.
Yes.
I don't even need the choices on this one. This one.
Okay, do it without the choices. So I'll say it again.
Yeah.
So, where did George Washington and his troops stay during the cold winter of 1777? And he doesn't even need the answers.
So I live in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, which is outside of Philadelphia. But
Yeah.
right next to King of Prussia is Valley Forge, where General Washington, and it's a historical park now. It's actually really beautiful, and they have like the huts from when George Washington, not they're replica huts, and you can. It's actually really beautiful, and I go biking there, and I also hike up. There's two sort of mountains there, one called Mount Joy, and the other called Mount Misery. So I like to go up Mount Joy, and hike around there. So it's Valley Forge anyway. I live like 3 miles from there.
Final answer?
I better be right. It's final answer. If you say anything but Valley Forge, I'm gonna explode.
Right. It was in fact Valley Forge, and I said Geno's. I don't know why I said Geno's. I was thinking of, I thought it was like a curveball. Like, Geno's. So that means you've got 4 out of 6. We're gonna go with another question. So your 7th question is: where did the first Continental Congress meet? Was it? One second. Right. Let me read that again. Where did the first Continental Congress meet? Was it A? One second. Was it A, South Street, B, Walmart, C, Independence Mall, or D, Carpenter's Hall?
Okay, I don't think it would be South Street. It's obviously not Walmart. Independence Mall. I mean, Independence Hall is where. So that's mall, right? Not hall.
Right. Let me just make sure. Hold on. That is Independence Mall.
Mall.
Let me just clarify that for you. Mall. It's definitely correct. I've gone back to the thing. South Street, Walmart, Independence Mall, or Carpenter's Hall.
I'm gonna go with Carpenter's Hall because Independence Mall, I don't think it's Independence Hall is the building where they signed the Declaration. So I'm gonna go with Carpenter's Hall.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, yeah.
One second. That is correct. Sorry, I was just double checking. That's the correct answer. I said South Street. That's why. Yeah, that's right. So you now have 5 out of 7. That leaves you with 4 more questions, and we will get back to
one more. 1 out of 4, and I'm.
What did I say? You've got 5. Yeah, 5 out of 7. 5. So Lawrence got 6 out of 11.
Get 1 more. I'm matched.
One of them. The last one is so easy. I can't believe it. Yes, the biggest in the UK. Oh, that's the Scientology place. Right, my pops used to take pics of me as a kid at the beach playing. Yet when the pics were developed, there was always topless ladies behind me. That's funny. That's where you get it from, Happy. The pervin. I prefer a bolo. Lawrence says Wally's house. Oh, strange thing behind you, I think. Right, here we go. Frankie says GW troops stayed in South Bronx, Webster Avenue. GW troops. What is GW?
George Washington, yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, they probably went into the Bronx. South Bronx.
Seeing...
That's right by New York City. That's just north of Manhattan. So I know the British occupied Manhattan Island, which is the main part of New York City, and Bronx is another borough of New York City. So it wouldn't surprise me if George Washington troops, stayed right north of Manhattan Island. So,
Did you know that New York was heavily influenced by the Dutch?
Yes, yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
Oh,
think
this
it
is
was owned
funny.
by the. Yeah.
Yeah, this is funny. The fix is in. Lawrence, when you hear the last question, you're going to be like, nah.
Now I got to get the last question right. That's
Trust me, you will get it
impressive.
right. Mount Misery was named after my ex-wife. That's from Wally needs to Mount Joy. Did I hear that right? Oh, Wally wants to Mount Joy, right? Did I hear that right?
I go up Mount Joy, maybe once a week.
Jeez, good for you. Lawrence said Walmart. Kieran is Budgie's laughing at Kieran. Carpenters get everywhere. Yeah, Budgie and Budgie and Kieran are carpenters, I think. Right, here we go. Darren says I used to mount a lady called Joy. Happy says can tell you now my mum wasn't happy. It was a piss take, fellas. The DW.
Oh, here I
there
was
must be
thinking.
Yeah, exactly. There must be a Right, question. You can choose one to get relegated: Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, or Man U. Who would you relegate out of those 4 teams if you could pick one?
Honestly, I would have to say. I would have to say Liverpool, because in fact, we go to Stowe's bar, okay, and around the corner is another bar where the Liverpool people meet, and
Yeah.
if typically, I think in the U.S. there are a lot of Liverpool fans, and they're very, full of themselves, and they think, everything Klopp is wonderful, blah blah. So if they were to get relegated, I mean, the sheer salty tears that would flow, it would be just beautiful. So I got to go with Liverpool.
I'll answer this. I would 100% go with Man United all day, and I understand yours because you're saying you've got a fan base of Liverpool fans there.
Yeah.
In this country, I think most people would Man United. That would be
That's a good choice.
priceless. Too. Yeah.
Yes,
right. He says, I knew that one. Frankie, I should get a point. He needs some point. Does your wife know Wally? Man U every time. So disabled team, Leeds and Man United, they are not the best of friends. Here we go. Right. Harmony says, I was at 9/11 Memorial Day after it happened. Mate took a pic of me there, and when we looked at it later, Meg Ryan was behind me picking her nose. Wow. See, that's good question, Budgie, because obviously that's some people will have a good answer for that. Right. Frankie says, Lawrence got fast balls. Wally got a softball lob.
Well, see, the thing is that Philadelphia is actually a very historic town.
Know this.
Yeah, because it was the capital of the colonies. So a lot of stuff happened there. A lot of history there. Baltimore not so much. So
yeah. So I was reading these. I'm thinking he's gonna know these. I didn't handpick them. I just went online. 10 questions, boom. Right, so N21, thank you for joining again. Easily United, I'd love to see their fans whining. Everybody, I think. Hell yeah, Frankie. Oh, talking about the softball. All my answers have been piss take. Oh, yeah. I thought one of them definitely I knew was a piss take. Right, here's a good question. Is the Bronx a better borough than Brooklyn? Remember, Frankie is here. Yeah, Brooklyn or the Bronx?
Oh, it's got to be Brooklyn. I mean, I've been driving. So I drive from Philadelphia. A lot of my family is in New England and Massachusetts. So I've been driving on. There's an interstate motorway called I-95, and it goes from Philadelphia. It goes through the Bronx, and then it goes to New England. So I have been driving through probably the worst part of the Bronx. And the road is just a mess, and you don't want to stop there because it's you don't want to, if you have like a flat tire or something. Stop there, it's just not good news, and there's always tons of traffic, and it's just there's probably better parts of the Bronx. I know Yankee Stadium is in the Bronx, but the part I've been driving through so much is just just horrible. So, yeah, I think Brooklyn. Yes,
Brooklyn. Good question, Kieran. To be fair, Spuds were there. I'd go Spuds hand down. Yeah, me too. But Man United next. Kieran, Brooklyn is definitely better. That's from N21. Bronx is kind of run down and sketchy. Brooklyn is more residential, and they've got really good food. N21, are you based in America or? Yeah, it's always good to know. And I think you might be in American. Cheers. Here we go. He says anyone that says Bronx will be unfriended swiftly. I'm with you on that. Happy. Right. N21 says, bro, the Bronx literally is only good for Yankee Stadium and Dominicans. What we got? Wally knows. Right, so let me just clarify this, or get Frankie to clarify. Maybe N21. Would you agree that hip hop originated in the Bronx with Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa, however you pronounce it? Is that where you would say hip hop originated? Frankie, N21, if you are American,
it's got to be West Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Right, he says, yeah, bro, New York City, you like the PFP, always got to support the local. What's PFP? You like the PFP? What is that, Wally? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
PFP. Right, here we go. Frankie says Bronx is soft. We eat them for breakfast. N21, Bronx and Harlem for sure. Yeah, I know where Harlem is. Harlem is Manhattan. I know. Yeah, I know Harlem. And Bronx is just north of there. Happy says, for the rest of your life, would you rather breathe like Darth Vader or talk like Yoda? I know someone that breathes like Darth Vader. They come on not on here, but yeah. What would you say to that?
Yoda. I think it would be cool to breathe like Darth Vader. I think that would be awesome.
It'd have to be with that choice. It'd have to be that.
Yeah.
Right. Profile picture. Oh, all right. So PPL is profile picture. Let me go back. What? Okay. You know what? Let me check because it's
New York City, NYSC.
All right. Now because I've made it bigger. Because I enlarged it. N21. Then I could see it. I could see it here, but yeah, I wasn't too sure. Right, here we go. We got 4 more questions for Wally. Right, so before that's a hard one, Happy. We'd have to choose scum due to our hate of each other, but would love London Blues to go down just to shut up their glory. They're Gobby fans. Hate both clubs with a passion. How about all of them go down? That'd be good. He says same. Antonio, I've got to go Darth Vader. Nobody would take me seriously if I spoke like Yoda. Yeah, that's like... Especially Wally at 6'3", speaking like Yoda. Right, so... Okay, we caught up. 2 more questions. 2 more in a row, I mean. We've got 4 more. You are on 5 out of 7. You need 1 more to match Lawrence.
Okay.
Boom, done that. Where did your short intro stage in the call? Wouldn't have done that. Right, here we go. What other historical documents were developed in Philadelphia? Was it... Let me get back here. Hold on. Right, here we go. I'll read it out. What other historical documents were developed in Philadelphia? Was it A, Bill of Rights, B, Stamp Act, C, Amendment 18, or D, the Articles of Confederation? He seems to be thinking a bit more about this one, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the Articles of Confederation. That would have been like Richmond, Virginia. Amendment 18, that was probably developed after the capital was no longer Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure it's the Bill of Rights. I'll go with Bill of Rights.
Final answer?
Final answer, yes.
I got this one wrong. The correct answer was, and you're going to kick yourself, the Articles of Confederation. The one you said it cannot be.
No way, really?
Yep. Right. Wow. I tell you what they said after that. The Articles created a loose confederation of independent states that gave limited power to the central government. It was written by a committee of the Second Continental Congress. That was
Wow. So I guess it was not a confederation before it became a federation. Well, okay. Wow.
So you are now on 5 out of 8.
Ooh.
3 more to go. I'm going to read one more of them. See, Lawrence, don't wave that flag yet. Right. So, here we go. One sec.
Trick question. Got me thinking about the Civil War.
This is easy for you. This one is easy for you. One sec. Right. So, in what year did Philadelphia become the capital of the United States? Was it A, 1850, B, 1790, C, 1776, or D, 1845? What year did Philadelphia become the capital of the United States?
I mean, the obvious answer is 1776. So, either that or it would be 1790, but I think it's 1776. It's got to be 17.
Correct? Not correct. Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct answer was 1790. So, with 2 questions remaining, you are 1 point behind Lawrence. So you're either going to match him, beat him by 1, or lose. See, Lawrence? It's not over until Susan Boyle sings, my friend. Right, so we'll wait for the last 2 now as a nice climax. Let's see what the comments are saying. I thought he was going to get that one. You know, the last one is easy. It's really easy. Like, Lawrence is going to be fuming like, nah. I think house originated from New York City and Detroit. Am I correct? House music, did it? I think maybe New York. I don't know about Detroit. Do you know the answer to that? House
Detroit
music.
is Motown. You know, Motown came out of Detroit, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not familiar with house music.
Frankie might know. Right, let's go. Right, Harmony says Lawrence scored at 8. Remember, she was just buffed. Look, here we go. I mean 9. Sure, it was 10. I want to see what Lawrence has got to say now. Heck yeah, Harmony. I didn't even put it. There we go. Heck yeah, Harmony. All right, here we go. Disabled Team says Wally is human after all. Harmony says 1776. I'm psyching him out for you, Lawrence. Good try, Wally, from Lawrence. And Google says Chicago in the 80s. That's for the hip hop. Because everybody in Brooklyn, they claim they was the pioneers, the originators of hip hop. I want Frankie to. I know he must have a better insight than me into regards to that house music. Right. So, okay, we've been going for 11:30, hour and 20. Right. So, okay. Right. Wally, you speak about anything. Bring up a West Ham subject, and then we're going to do to the question. So anything that you want to, touch upon, speak about, open dialect.
Well, one thing I'm concerned about is my man Ryan Fredericks. His contract is up at the end of this year, and I'm sure he's probably not going to be re-signed. Would you agree with that, or is there a chance he might get an extension or anything? Because I know they're talking to Ben Johnson, so I don't see Fredericks in their plans, unfortunately. And if he's not re-signed, what will happen to him?
There will be takers for him if he, especially on a free. I think that he would suit, someone that comes up next season. They would bite their hand off to get him on a free. Remember, we got him on a free from Fulham. Yeah. I do think that potentially Soufal's underwhelming performances may make them reconsider if they were looking to get rid of him, because they might be thinking we might need to keep hold of him because he might be needed. So I'm not too sure what the club's stance would be unless they come in for an out and out. This is going to be our new right back. I would say there is a high chance that we might keep him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I know he's going into the last thing, and I think that he would re-sign as well. It's interesting because Johnson is there. Soufal started in front of him for the last 2 games, didn't do very well in either game. And Fredericks came on and he showed what he can do. And I did say that way before that I like him, the threat that he gives us, out wide. That pace is, you can't. It's hard to defend against pace. So, and I think he's got better in the final third with his composure. So I do feel there's a place still in the team for him next season. I genuinely believe that, and
I hope so.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of him, but I do like loyalty and people that clearly love the club and all of that. So I would have no issue with him staying beyond this season at all.
Okay.
Right, let's go to the comments, and then we will get to your last two questions, because I'm glad that you haven't just walked away with it, because then it's like now it's climatic.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. One more year for Freddie. See, Kieran says another year for him.
So.
Fredericks will probably get an extension. Isn't worth anything to sell. I'm sure they will keep him, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. It makes sense. It makes sense to keep him. Even Kieran says he hopes that he does get another year.
Oh.
Yes, Darren. Right, here we go. Frankie says, hard to say where it originated. They say Bronx, but Brooklyn has the more legendary MCs. It's not even close. See? So even if they did start it, took over. Budgie says, Frederick is a good player, but I think he'd be great at somewhere like Southampton. Also, I don't acknowledge any yuppie gentrified parts of Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right, so this is good actually. Everybody watching, we're going to be on air for no more than 8 more minutes. That's an hour and a half. Right, so we're going to go. All right, here we go. Before we get into your last two, how old is the Messiah? How old is David Moyes?
I think he is 59.
59? I would fact check that. Or Happy can put that in. And Kieran says, who was on the grassy knoll? I know Wally knows.
That's the guy that shot JFK. I'm blanking right now.
Ah.
What?
Is that who?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
What's his name?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Ah.
On the grassy knoll.
The guy that they framed. That's another story. Is that right, Kieran? What's the closest sausage you have to a Cumberland?
I don't know what's a Cumberland. What is
Cumberland sausage? Yeah, I don't know how to describe that. Happy says that David Moyes is 58, and she said so sad. It was very sad. If you anybody does their full research, you'll see that there was, I think, between 15 and 17 attempts on JFK. From different, 15, 16, 17 different gunmen, and he was actually hit before he actually, the fatal one. So, yeah. Oh, he doesn't know a Cumberland. And David Jason was told he looks like Oswald. Oh, so Del Boy was told that he looks like that Oswald guy.
Okay.
I didn't. Oswald was in a book depository, I thought.
Yeah, I think he was in a building. Oswald was in a building, right?
Yeah. They framed him. It wasn't him. He wasn't the guy. Oh my God, Wally, you haven't lived because you haven't had you don't know what a Cumberland sausage is.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
Right, we've got 5 minutes. So we're going to get into the last two. Right, here we go. You've scored 5 out of 9. You've got 2 more questions, and Lawrence scored 6. Right, so your 10th question. Here we go. You're going to get this one. You'll get this one, and the last one is so easy that Lawrence will know it. It's terribly easy. Right, so until what year did Philadelphia remain the capital of the US? Right, I even got this one right. Was it? One sec. Was it 2001, 1732, 1800, or 1840?
All right. So the first 2 are right out. No, I don't. So Philadelphia was no longer the capital. Probably 1800, I'm thinking, or 1840 would be the other. I'm going with 1800.
Final answer?
Final answer, 1800.
That is correct, and I got that one right. It is 1800. Right, look at you couldn't. Right. I feel bad for Lawrence for this question, because now that you're tied at 6-all.
We're tied.
The last one.
All right.
The last question. Get ready. Lawrence is going to be screaming at the TV. I can't believe I got to do this. I would know this without even having any answers available. Right. What famous music group contained 4 guys from North Philly? Was it Tim McGraw, Kobe Bryant, Faith Hill, or Boyz II Men? What famous music group contained 4 guys from North Philly? Was it A, Tim McGraw, B, Kobe Bryant, C, Faith Hill, or D, Boyz II Men?
I mean, Kobe Bryant's a basketball player, and Faith Hill is not a guy, right?
Faith Hill is a singer.
So Tim McGraw is a country. Well, he actually. Wait. So what is the question again?
All right. What famous music group contained 4 guys from Philly?
Oh, 4 guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Boyz II Men, then. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Of course, it was Boyz II Men. Like, geez, that was easy. And they actually made a song called Motown Philly. Do you know that song?
No, I don't know.
It's Motown Philly back again, kicking a little East Coast swing. Boyz II Men going off, not too hard and not too soft. Great song. Boyz II Men, but Boyz II Men. Right, so that means that Wally scored 7 out of 11. So obviously he beat Lawrence by 1 point. How do you feel after your victory?
I feel I was sweating it out there at the end when I had 2 chances and I needed to nail both of them to get
under
the win.
pressure. You're cool. Yeah. You're cool under pressure.
But I'll tell you what, Tim McGraw has a Philadelphia connection. His father was Tug McGraw, who played for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's a baseball player, so he does have a Philadelphia connection. So.
So anyway. That means you're not too familiar with Boyz II Men, and I am, and that's probably why I thought it was easy. You're not, okay, right? I reckon Lawrence would know that, but yeah, I know that because my choice of music has always been R&B, specifically American artists. So that's for me. That's an easy question. I just assumed for you it'd be the same, but obviously not, which is a good thing. So it wasn't an easy one, Lawrence, but I reckon Lawrence knew that question. Right, here we go. I can see. Right. We'll get through the. Look, these are new. They all knew. Right. Here we go. Okay. Right. Let's go. By Rodney, his younger brother. That's the. Yeah, I'm behind, obviously. Mrs. Pig. Kieran says Oswald shot from the building, but witnesses say it was a shot from the grass. That's the guy that was in the drain. Okay, yeah, that was the the killer. Yeah. Jack Ruby shot LHO. Jack Ruby shot who's LHO?
Lee Harvey Oswald. So he was shot by.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Ruby.
It's Mum. I went to Florida and found nothing like a Cumberland. Was well gutted.
Oh, I don't know what a Cumberland is. I'll have to check it
Some
out.
type of sausage. Right, 1840. So Harmony, that was her guess. It was the angle of the shot that makes me think he didn't do it. 1 sec. We're gonna get through these. Damn it, says Harmony. Well done, Wally from Happy Amaret. Pressure is on, Wally. The pressure was actually on because of the scenario. Right, here we go. Wally was getting help from someone in the room. Fixed. Boyz II Men, yeah, Frankie. I know you'd know that. Faith Hill. Boyz II Men, see? Disabled team knew that.
Okay. I mean,
Look,
I've heard of them, but I don't know anything about them really.
Boys to Men. Okay, what else do they sing? They sing close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candlelight. For tonight is just your night, and we're gonna celebrate. All through the night, pour the wine, light the fire. Anyway, yeah, that's what they.
Yeah.
Ain't got a clue. Okay. I hear cheating in the background. Don't worry, Wally. They're all against you. One sec. We get through the comments. Oops. What else are they saying? Someone is helping us.
Yeah, I've never well, it's like dinner time here, and my wife is now in the room. So
Look at Lawrence. Look, Lawrence, don't be so lover. Good skills. Wally. That's from Kieran.
Yeah.
Loser, she meant. Someone is whispering Wally the answers. VAR replay needed. Frankie says, Wally, don't know the song. Yeah, he voted for Trump for sure.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, Jordan's in the house. Titch, my guy. Thank you for joining, Jordan. Warren says, VAR, please. Nice show. Congrats, Wally. I've got to work now. See you later, Darren. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to wrap this up. I'm just going to get through the comments. I know that one. Yes, Jude. Oh, Cam's is still here. Sorry. Darren. Yes, Cam's. 8 a.m. over here now. Harmony says, rewatching the show, you can clearly hear female telling them the answers. They are on to you. How are you, lad? Yes, wow. Harmony. Okay, look. Mr. American Dude, what's your opinion on Area 51? So, yeah, Wally is his name. What's your opinion on Area 51, Wally?
Oh, Area 51, I mean, definitely stuff is going on there. Totally. I mean, it's out in the middle of the desert, like in Nevada. And they are like, oh, wait. So anyway, there's definitely stuff going on there. Yeah, crazy.
Do you think, alien type stuff or organ harvesting or cloning?
Definitely aliens. I mean, one of my favorite shows that I watch is Ancient Aliens. So
yeah,
I know, all the possible theoretical connections with aliens.
So what you're saying is we are not alone.
Right, exactly.
I don't know the rest. Right. So Jordan says, "Titch, when you sing, it makes my fanny flutter." Mr. Higgins, how are you, sir? We're gonna get through these comments. This will be bigger than Watergate. Oh, she's talking about the fix. Congratulations, yeah. Wally. Great show, guys. Thank you, Lawrence. Told you to watch him. End of the Road on Bended Knee, a song for Mama. Yeah, see, the 17, he knows Boys to Men.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I'm an old progressive rocker for the 70s kind of guy. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not your genre. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I just, that was being presumptuous. I thought he's gonna know this. Frankie says, End of the Road, absolute classic. Disabled Team, you just went up a notch in my book, brother. Yes, and then he reeled off some more. I'm trying to think of the other song that I like. It's as protected as the White House, Area 51, if not more so. Frankie, love Boys to Men. Yes, Disabled Team. Right, that's it. We've caught up. So, we're going to wrap it up. Wally, thank you for agreeing to be part of this. It wouldn't work without you and Lawrence, obviously. Thank you for, your time today. We've gone a little bit over. It won't be this long in the future, but, it's the first one for both Lawrence and Wally. Thank you all for tuning in, supporting the channel, commenting, questioning Lawrence and Wally and all of that. And then all I'd like to ask Wally is, did you enjoy this and your final thoughts? And then we'll end the stream.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. I had more trouble with the questions than I thought I would because, like I said, Philadelphia has a lot of history. So So I got some of them wrong. But anyway, it was very good. But I appreciate everybody in the chat coming in and throwing questions at me. And good fun. Thanks for having me, Titch.
Nah, my pleasure. Great viewing, guys. Thanks. And Disabled Team says, great show. Love to get to know Wally better. Me too. Right, so everybody in the chat, we're going to end this. Thank you for joining, taking part. And, you know, if you're available tomorrow, initial thoughts, of course, we'd like to see you there. We will play the outro video and we will see you next time. Wally, only one more thing to do as West Ham fans.
Come on, you Irons. Let's go.
Come on, you Irons. Let's play this. Is it playing? It's not even playing. This.
That West Ham taxman, you don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling black, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Do it like popcorn, everything nice.